Hi everyone, welcome to Goldfries, and in this video we'll have a look at the AORUS RX 5700 XT graphics card, which is the top of the line card. So let's have a look at the appearance. First things first, let's talk about the LED. I like it that they made it very simple. Top of the line card with RGB LED, but it doesn't shout at you because they put it just on the AORUS word here at the top and two strips near the fan. Very good. I like this kind of simple, elegant design. As you can see, the length is a very long card. Lengthwise is about 29 centimeters. When I was slotting it into my casing, which is the Fractal Design Mesh 5C with an AIO at the front, I had to angle it a bit because it is coming in contact with the AIO. So a little bit of adjustment and I managed to get it slot in. And as you can see right now from this angle, it is a very thick card as well. Really super thick. And over this side, again, elegant, nicely done back plate. Overall, I love the design. Up here you can see two 8-pin PCIe connectors, and these are the ports at the back for your display connectivity. Now, moving on to the benchmarks, I have two sets. First is the 1080p benchmark, and the next is the 1440p benchmarks. So as you can see, the performance is good for both Full HD and even 1440p at maximum settings, other than Metro Exodus being a little bit demanding on this card. Now, speaking of performance, this card has an option over here, a physical switch to change between BIOS overclock and silent mode. But if you see the benchmark, there's only one set, simply because I've tested these two modes. The silent mode and the BIOS overclock mode is pretty much identical. On some titles you see frame rate is differs by 3 to 5, but that's in a very high frame rate range. But typically the difference is like between 1 to 3 frame rates. So I've just tested it on the BIOS overclock settings, which is because that's the maximum I want to see, the maximum performance the card can provide. Now, what's the difference between the two modes, silent and BIOS overclock? The key difference being actually the power draw. Now, this card, based on my estimation, if you use the BIOS OC, the power draw comes to about 270 watts. But if you use the silent mode, the performance is almost identical, but the power draw drops to about 230 watts, some 40 watts difference. That's quite a huge gap. So if you ever get this card, I do recommend running at the silent mode instead. But speaking of silent mode, it is not exactly that silent. The fan RPM still hovers at about 60% range, 60 to 64% range, and it's still noisy in my opinion, because the temperature, believe it or not, in the BIOS OC mode that I used to test, running the fan at maximum RPM, I saw the temperature peak at 59 degrees Celsius. And even if I run it at auto mode, the fan RPM hovers about 64% and the temperature is about 64 degrees Celsius. So we're talking about 5 degrees Celsius difference from auto mode to maximum mode. But it does get noisy. It's not blow dryers kind of noisy, but it's still audible. And this is what I didn't like. It has such a beefy cooler. I wouldn't mind it running at, say, high 70s or low 80s. And I've tested it. I've tried running at about 33% RPM. And guess what? At that low RPM, it still managed to maintain about high 70s, low 80s kind of temperature level. My test ambient is about 28 degrees Celsius, but so your mileage may vary. So overall, this is a nice card that retails at just around RM 2159, still lower than the ASUS and ASRock's offerings, priced similarly to Sapphire's Nitro Plus, and then it's a little bit higher compared to, let's say, the Power Color's Red Devil. But overall, definitely a good card. Probably its greatest competitor might be its own sibling, which is the Gigabyte triple fan model. So either way, it's still an excellent card I love the design, love the way it is. I just wish that the fan RPM is less aggressive so that I can have a silent performing graphics card. After all, it comes with such a bulky cooler, you expect it to perform more silently. So alright, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next one, and do remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Bye bye.